Alright, so we're going to do a pod review today, guys, on this pepper right over here, and this is called the Aji Cereza. Now, I don't know that much about this particular variety of pepper. I just know that the name of it is a Aji Cereza, and I do believe it is a baccatum, but I don't know for 100% sure. But I got several of these plants growing. There's some pods growing right there. I got another plant back here, which is growing. Now, this variety gave me two different phenos that came out of this particular variety of pepper. One is more of like almost a starfish type pepper, which is what it looks like here. Flat and pumpkin, starfish like. And another variety, which I just showed you, is coming out more like a pumpkin type. You know, not pumpkin, but like a ball type. You know, it's coming out more like ball shaped. Okay. You can see here, coming out more ball. So what I'm going to do, here's another plant, more of a ball shape. This one's almost coming out like a pumpkin, but not quite. So what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to separate those two phenos, and I'll offer them on the same page, as one is more of a flattened type and one is more of a ball type. So you can pick whatever one you want. I can't guarantee you that either one won't be interchangeably different or the same. I just noticed that there's a slight difference in the pheno, so I'm going to just offer it that way. But there's no guarantee you're going to get the flat type of pumpkin on 3 or 4 seeds that you plant, and you're going to get exactly that. It might come out ball, or it might come, because these all came out of the same package of seeds. I'm just separating them, and I'm basically just going to offer them to you as I got them. So let's pick one of these and give it a go. I think I just blew one off onto the floor. Alright, so there it is. Aji Cereza. That is a gorgeous little pepper. Looks very similar to the calabaza. Calabaza, I do believe, means pumpkin or squash in Spanish, but I don't know. This is the calabaza. Calabazas are nice and orange, but these are nice and red. Now, the calabaza did the same thing with the pumpkin-shaped varieties in the back, as you can probably not see. You can see some of the calabazas kind of did the same thing. I got one that's kind of pumpkin. I did some research on that. Most of the people that are reviewing the calabazas, for example, are all showing the flat pumpkin type, but I don't see many reviews on the Aji Cereza. Look at it, guys. Just look at it. It looks like a little ricotta pepper. I can't guarantee you that is a ricotta, a white seed variety of ricotta. In other words, I don't know if it's not a ricotta pepper. It doesn't say ricotta, but I don't know if it falls into the ricotta family, because ricottas are usually pubescent varieties. This is a baccatum, Capsicum baccatum variant baccatum, or Capsicum baccatum variant pendulum. I don't know if this is a pendulum, but it could be. It is a hanging pepper, so it very well could be a pendulum. But there it is. Let's turn you around and give that sucker a go. Alright, guys, here we are. We're doing another pod review today, and today it's going to be on the Aji Cereza, which is what this is. Don't know much about it. Don't know where it came from. I think it's fairly new to the market. It's generally being available, as far as seed goes, within the last 10 or 15 years. And before that, this was probably unheard of up until that point. So when I say new, that's what I'm referring to. So here it is. I'll give you a good look. Give it that way and that way, and with me in the middle. And let's give that a go. Nice pop. Baccatum. Nice baccatum flavor. Very nice. That has a very, very nice flavor on it. Let's let the heat build. There is a little heat on it. You can see that the placentas on these are nice and red, which is not very common in peppers. But this one has a nice red placenta. Now, there was a little bit of an acidity flavor associated with it. Not a big deal, to be honest with you. With these type of peppers, it's not bad, but when the heat is extreme and you get that acidity flavor, it makes you want to gag. Totally different experience. This particular variety of pepper has a nice, very mild type of baccatum flavor. Now, I usually try to equate this to other peppers that you might be familiar with. Not with the baccatums. The baccatums have a baccatum flavor. There's nothing else that a baccatum really tastes like. Although I will say with this particular variety of pepper, I'm picking up some of the undertones and or overtones. And there's a slight cayenne type flavor with that, very slightly, along with that baccatum flavor. So when you first eat the pepper, you're getting that baccatum flavor in the beginning. And then afterwards, as the flavors are mellowing, towards the back of my tongue, I'm starting to pick up a cayenne type of flavor. Not cayenne per se, but that has a nice, I like that flavor because those flavors work very, very good for hot sauces. If you're somebody who likes to make hot sauces, that's the type of flavor a lot of guys will use, is that type of cayenne and or chancy type flavor, because of the way it affects the back of your tongue. And if you prepare that correctly in your sauce, you can really get a really good effect on your hot sauces. I'm very big on hot sauces, not too big on the vinegary type of hot sauces, but I like making naturally homebrewed hot sauce where you ferment it without the vinegar. And you can do it, but if you don't do it right, it'll go rancid, and you stand a good chance of getting botulism. So you got to be real careful how you do that. But you can do it, and I do that from time to time. And I've had hot sauces made that way from other people, and it was, you can literally eat it out of the jar with a spoon. That's how good it is. You don't need anything else. That's how you know you got a really good hot sauce. I like make it more chunky rather than just a sauce per se, because with a sauce you really got to grind it down to a real fine liquid. You really got to put it through a processor, maybe a Vitamix or something like that, really liquefy everything, the seeds and all. Though I do recommend taking seeds out, because just like tomatoes, if you leave the seeds in, it adds to that tanginess. In tomatoes, it's not so bad because we like tanginess in our tomatoes, especially our sauces. When it comes to hot sauces, got to be careful with that, because that can really off-put the flavor quite a bit. Some seeds are good, but in my recommendation, it's probably good to remove some of that seed out of it. Go with like a 30% seed mix in there. 30% of your peppers, you leave seed in it. The other 70% remove the seed. That's my opinion. Because again, I have made hot sauces, and I don't like that too much of that seed flavor in there. Now, as far as the heat goes, the heat is just very light burn. It's not very strong at all. Very light. It's pretty much just burning where I chewed. It's a warm, glowing, typical type of baccatum burn. There's really no other way to put it. It's a warm, not full circle, but it really intensifies wherever it is that you chew it. My lips are feeling it a little bit, mostly on the top of the tongue, a little bit underneath the tongue, a little bit on the gums on the inside of my mouth where I chewed it, very little there. A little bit on the upper part of the roof. The back of the throat, just a tingle. Just a tingle. And again, it's a warm, glowing type of burn. It's not stingy. It's very consistent and smooth. I like that type of burn a lot. Now, as far as the intensity of the heat, what would I rate it as far as Scoville on it? I'm going to rate it actually pretty low. I'm going to give you a worst case scenario. I'm not saying for this pepper. Worst case scenario, maybe 3,000, maybe 3,500. Worst case scenario. This particular one was probably maybe around 2,000, somewhere around there. Maybe 2,200, something like that. It wasn't very hot. Easy to eat. You can eat these all day long. It's not going to kill you. Though I will say you might get one and it'll hit you pretty hard, because that's just the way peppers are sometimes. Sometimes there's no heat on them. Sometimes you eat one and it's boom, you're done, you know. But the flavor on this particular variety of pepper was really, really nice. I really, really do like the Aji Cereza. Now, what about this pepper that stands out? It's hard to say. The pepper popped when I bit it, so I guess you could say that's kind of strange. But the most important thing about this pepper that stands out is really the combination of flavors and the undertones, that cayenne undertone. Kind of after you ate it, it kind of hung around in the back of your tongue, that cayenne type flavor. That was prominent more than most of the other. I mean, you might pick that up in some of the other baccatums, but this one, that stuck out a lot. So there might be some cayenne in this particular variety, but it tastes nice. It's very nice. I like that effect going from a baccatum up front flavor to eventually settling at that cayenne flavor. I think that would make a really nice type of hot sauce, or a nice ingredient to hot sauce. So I would really say that's the most important thing that stuck out, other than the placentas are orange on this one, which isn't totally uncommon. You will see that, you know, from time to time, but not normally with other peppers. With these baccatums and pubescents, a lot of times if there are orange, you will get that orange effect to it. So it's not very common with other varieties, but this one, it did it. But it's a nice pepper, I will give you that, and we will offer seeds for this at the end of the year. So that's really it. That's my pod review for the Aji Cereza. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. I'll see you on the next one. Take care.